If you had told me 10 years ago that Marvel's future would rely almost entirely on 20th Century Fox characters that they didn't even own yet, I would have asked how much you had to drink that night. How could Marvel possibly drive all their other characters so far into the ground that the Fantastic Four and X-Men would be their last chance at success? But here we are after they did just that, and things aren't looking great for those two teams either. I've already talked about how the Fantastic Four plans to subvert expectations by having Sue lead the team and Reed be her purse boy, although not sure how subversive it really is considering that's been Marvel's go-to move over the last 5 years. The X-Men seem to be going down a similar path, and this latest news is pretty much the cherry on top of Marvel's plan to set the record for tearing down a globally adored franchise.
Now it's all ruined.
According to a reputable scooper, Marvel's version of the X-Men is going to focus on the female characters on the team. Now I know what you're thinking, a Marvel movie focused on women? That's never been done before. It certainly hasn't been Marvel's strategy for practically every movie since Endgame, right? That has to be one of the most predictable moves Marvel could make at this point, sidelining the male X-Men characters in favor of the females. The sad thing is, there are some great female X-Men, but Marvel is clearly going to go down the unlikable stoic girl boss path, so to the audience, it'll just be Captain Marvel all over again.
I don't know. Does anyone want me to do it again? I don't know. I really don't know.
This is why people have lost faith in Marvel. Their remaining fans keep hoping they'll just change course and fix everything, but all the news we hear tells us the exact opposite. Despite how unsuccessful they've been with this subversive crap, they insist on doubling down, even if it leads them into losing hundreds of millions of dollars again. I can't imagine how anyone over there could see this as a good idea. The audience is showing you how little they care with the one thing you need the most: money. If this nonsense doesn't get them to buy tickets, then you either change course or stick to your weird agendas and watch it all go up in flames.
The only power I have is that I believe we can do better.
The article mentions how everyone's favorite MCU hero, Ms. Marvel, is technically the MCU's first mutant according to Marvel themselves, so it's reasonable to assume she'll be involved in this to some degree, otherwise why make her a mutant at all? It's not like Marvel is known for teasing things that they forget about and never mention again. Anyway, Ms. Marvel is also rumored to be in a Young Avengers movie that was teased at the end of the Marvels, so that does complicate things a bit. Then again, Marvel couldn't care less about the comics, so who knows what this Young Avengers team is going to look like. It could end up being more like a Young X-Men team. After all, who cares about the source material that built up a fan base and made the company successful enough to be able to launch this whole universe? It's much more important to push a message that alienates your audience and loses you shit tons of money.
Some men aren't looking for anything logical, like money. Some men just want to watch the world burn.
You would think that Marvel would have learned their lesson after Kamala ruined the Avengers game, headlined the least watched Disney Plus show, and starred in their worst flop of all time. But no, they insist on pushing her onto the audience. This idea that fans should be ignored is hilarious. It's like the fans are saying, if you give us the content that made us fans to begin with, we'll give you money. And Marvel's response is, fuck that, this is what you'll get, now shut up and enjoy. Not sure how they thought this was going to end, because this was the only logical conclusion. Fans don't care because they know Marvel doesn't care about anything that doesn't let them virtue signal how diverse and inclusive they are.
This is all about me. Me.
That same scooper also reported that Mr. Sinister is Marvel's choice for the X-Men's main villain. I can just imagine how they're going to butcher him on screen. Right after their quippy tomboy character mocks his name, of course. Wouldn't be a Marvel movie without that signature hilarious move. Apparently Magneto isn't going to be involved in some effort to make these movies stand out. The X-Men definitely have a lot of villains that should be explored, but I'm not sure how good of an idea it is to throw out arguably their most well-known and popular villain entirely. But I'm sure Marvel knows what they're doing. After all, this is the same company that told audiences, when you don't get what you want, it's okay to blow stuff up, kill innocent people, and all that makes you morally superior to an actual superhero.
Take a hike, bro. Put a vest with a bunch of pockets on, get a stick, whittle it down, make it 3 feet, get to steppin'.
We've been hearing how Marvel plans to ruin the X-Men for a while now, or as they put it, adapt it for the modern audience. I'd love to meet someone from this mythical modern audience, although at this point I have a better chance of meeting a Republican Marvel executive. The fact is, we've known for a while Marvel plans to change the X-Men to fit into their all new, all different MCU, and this news matches up with what they've been doing recently. The X-Men would have been a great opportunity to reset, giving them some great male and female characters to replace the ones they'd already ruined. Instead, they're gonna make the same mistakes again, turning all the men into whimpering losers who are only good for the occasional joke, and the women into unlikable, strong female characters. Seems like Insomniac and the MCU are gonna have a race to see who ruins the X-Men first, and my money is on the MCU. After all, they have years of experience when it comes to taking a steamy shit all over a franchise.